My name's Bob Hastings. I was the Commissioner for Corrections in Victoria from 2009 until 2012.
One of the most prolific murderers in Melbourne's underworld.
It's hard to believe that this baby-faced dad ordered the gangland deaths of at least 4 men.
Should never been there in the first place.
It was a fairly high awakening for me to get a phone call to say that Carl Williams had been murdered in the high security unit in Barwon Prison, which was our maximum security prison.
Carl Williams bashed by a fellow prisoner.
How could this be allowed to happen?
Murdered, a violent end to a violent life.
Carl Williams' killer, Matthew Johnson, has been found guilty of murdering the underworld figure in their shared home behind bars.
As far as we were aware, there was nothing that was giving us concern. I think I'd only been in the job 6 months, 7 months. It was on my watch, so we then had to go through a whole process of understanding what occurred and why it occurred. The Acacia unit wasn't a modern facility. It had its limitations with CCTV and access and all those sort of things. And they're probably living together for 3 or 4 months, and then all of a sudden, for some reason, something changes. Johnson decides he's going to kill him.
I put it to you that you in fact caused certain injuries to Carl Williams. What have you to say about that?
No comment.
You can see Carl Williams sitting at a table reading a newspaper, but then you see Matthew Johnson appear behind an oblivious Carl Williams, brandishing the metal stem of an exercise bike.
I'll put it to you that you hit Mr. Williams around the head with a particular object. What have you to say about that?
No comment.
He hits him to the head, knocking him to the floor, and then rains 7 very heavy blows on Williams, killing him.
And as a result of those injuries that have been inflicted on Mr. Williams, he subsequently died. Have you got any comment to make about that?
No comment.
Johnson then drags Williams to a nearby cell by the ankles and returns and covers the area that's covered in blood with a white towel.
The weapon that was used was the seat of an exercise bike that wasn't properly secured. It doesn't take hours, it takes a few seconds. You can see something happening, and by the time the people get to the gate, unlock the door and get in, it's still probably too late. The other part of this, of course, was Carl Williams was giving evidence to the police about a subsequent murder investigation.
Gangland boss Carl Williams was supplying information to police before his death.
Johnson claiming he killed to protect his family.
Threatening my daughter's life because I was going to remove him for being a bad dog.
What this meant for us when it all happened was actually going around and reviewing all our processes and systems to see what went on and why did it go on.
You've got a man in the highest secure prison in the state, 24/7 CCTV cameras on, prison officers everywhere, and he gets murdered